Hey guys, Michael Chassis Parts Online again. Here on this Sunday, I am standing in front of this 82 F-100. Now, I've been calling this an 83, but I just looked inside the door and it says made in 1281, so that makes it an 82 model. So I was concerned about this dip right here in the frame, whether it was just on that truck over there or if it was on this one too. But this one's got a bend right there. This is not straight. No, this is really straight. But I'll bet you from here on back this thing is straight because of all that structure in there. It doesn't look like that dips down a little bit right there, but it doesn't look like it's factory. It looks like the frame is just wrinkled from being hit in the front or something. I don't know. So that frame over there's got a big dip on that one spot. I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Got to decide whether I want to do some more banging on the frame or cut the box and angle that one side down. But I got to make a decision quick because I need to get this rolling. See? Fits right there. One low spot right there. Sure doesn't look like it was made that way. I want to tear this frame up some. Damn, that thing is in there tight too. Alright, so I'm going to take this box into the shop and I'm going to cut that corner off of it, grind it down a little bit, and that should solve our problem with that. Just remember, if you're watching this video installing one of these, it should be the production version. Most of this will have worked out by the time you buy one of these, especially the frame boxes. The center cross member section, as I've said before, is the same as the original one. So got all the bugs worked out of it. Got to work the bugs out of this box. But you know, frames are not the same from one truck to the next. They can be bent here and bent there. Twisted. They could be stamped. One could be stamped in one plant or another, and the stamping be different. The jig that it was stamped in, the press, whatever, could be worn. Who knows? So you may have to do some grinding here and there of the box or the frame, or do some bending on your frame to get these boxes to fit. You may have to do some reaming of holes, things like that. But once you get it zipped up, there's plenty enough bolts there going through the frame that you're going to have a very structurally sound front section. So let's get this modified and get it back out there. Okay, so that's what I did. I cut that, ran the grinder over it. I don't think that affects the structural integrity too much. But you know what, I could put some weld in there. Without affecting that and still be able to round that off. I think that's what I'll do. Go ahead and weld that up real quick. Well, look at there. That made it look like we intended it to do that. Blew it off with an air blower and cooled it down. So now I'm going to put a little primer on it. Stick it back on. I will also say that after I check some other frames, if they have that same hump in the frame right there, where that frame box has to be that same way on the side, hell, I'll cut every one of them and do them that way. In fact, I could notch them, cut them short, and notch them and bend it over, and then weld it together, make it one seam easier. or just have those two pieces shorter in the CAD file. So that requires more pieces, and I don't like to do that because you got to buy in bulk to get a good discount on parts anyway. So let's get this back outside. Look at that. Sitting in the sun. Gonna be in the sun for a little bit. Oh, well. I guess I could pick that frame up and move it back into the shade a little bit. I'll probably do that. I got some extra stands. I can stand up back there and do that. Okay, well, I moved everything over here in the shade. The sun's right up there. Not gonna be in the shade for long, but maybe long enough. Once it gets past up here somewhere, it'll go across, be behind these other trees. Anyway, I've already reamed these holes, the bottom holes, and I'm gonna test fit this box again that I modified. The corner of it there. We'll see how good it fits. Okay, so it still doesn't fit. It doesn't go up under there, that one spot. Okay, and looking at the frame on this side, it looks like this hump, this drops down, looks like that is part of the actual, the way the frame is made, which tells me I'm gonna have to do some more cutting on this. And I need to come all the way back to there, basically. Which means, okay, those holes lined up. That means I got to come back pretty far here. And I got to go down across here. Got to do what I just did, but I got to get a lot closer to those welded in pieces. That's going to require some thinking on the CAD version, because I'm going to have to cover that up. I'll have to maybe leave that open right here, but then come out to here and put a brace across the end, or at least a brace that goes like that across the end to cover that up. Or some braces inside I'll for sure have, but I got to have some kind of bracing right here on the end, something to go across, something to go up, and go across these other corners. That's a lot easier to figure out in CAD, but I got to go back and cut this again. And this is why I'm glad that I got here at 5:30 this morning, because here it is going on 11 o'clock, and I still got quite a bit to do. I say quite a bit. Really, once I get this box in there, the center section can go in, and we already know the upper arm mounts fit. So I modified one. The other one won't be that hard to modify. And then we only have the coilover mount and the rear arm mount. Only, I say. It's 11:15. I don't want to stay here all day. Remember, the production version won't have all these nuts here. It'll just have holes to put a lock nut next to it. I don't think I had to come in that far on the top, but I know I had to on the side. Maybe I could have draw these in CAD with that cutout on this side, and then put a triangle shaped piece in there. That's probably what I'm going to need to do. Put a triangle shaped piece in it, and that'd make it work as long as it clears. I just got to see if those all the other frames have that hump. Look like the two in my driveway do it. I guess you could say, it's probably why nobody's done this before. I think one guy makes the Welding version for this, but not everybody can weld, so that's the customers I'm going for. Try to help the people that can drill holes and bolt it up to see if it fits. Okay, had to go further in. It's mainly hitting on this top section, like right in here. I don't know if this is, I see this curve here, but I think that's been beat down too. So that may affect it. We'll see when I check another frame. I get that other frame apart out there, and then also I'll find somebody else who's got one of these frames, and we'll see how those fit. But look at that, fits up there now, but I do have to put that hole in it. Hole right, supposed to be there. Yeah, okay, so that may be affecting it. I'm sure when these things get hit in the front, the way these are made, they're designed to wrinkle up. This is all designed to wrinkle up and absorb impact. By the time you get to this structure that goes right here. Okay, so I got to drill a hole here to match the other side. So I'm gonna do that and ream these out, these other holes out. These already side on the ring. I've already reamed all these on the side. I'm gonna do this. I got to do the bottom of this one, and then we'll try to test fit this box again. But it looks like it goes all the way up in there. Just got to do some moving around. All right.